We move into the round of 8, and the round of 8 is still best of 3. It is time for France versus Russia, and we got 2 living Warcraft legends from Europe here left in this tournament. The one is obviously Grubby, who will be playing the 4th quarterfinal, and his opponent and his possible opponent in the semi-final is no other than ToD. 2021, first major tournament, semi-final Grubby ToD. How does that sound?
What everyone is hoping for. There's a bit of spice in that as well, of course, with their recent history on ladder and so on. The legends could meet and could move on then the winner to face Happy or somebody else formidable. So yeah, the storylines are quite promising here for what is possible, but for that to come true, first, ToD will have to go through Cooper.
Indeed, and this might not be ToD's best matchup, so it's hard to find a favorite here, I think. Because Cooper, yeah, in summer at DreamHack, he had a wonderful run into the quarterfinal where he even challenged Foggy to a full-out best of 5. But afterwards, it wasn't the same Cooper anymore. So maybe there is a chance for ToD to go, I want to say all the way, but half the way. We had him on the cast yesterday. First, he was a little hesitant to say that he can win against Cooper, that it's ORC, it's a Blade Master. I will be screaming at my screen because I don't know where he is. But at the end of the cast with us, he sounded a little more confident. He put in some practice hours earlier today, so we'll see. How does ToD fare against Cooper? We move on to map number 1. That's Last Refuge.
Yeah, it's very interesting with Cooper, with the Cooper meta. I mean, the Orc versus human meta has a lot of variance, and on tier 2 and tier 3, things can diverge. Mainly tier 2. But normally, everyone agrees Blade Master bad, Farseer good. The one guy who is not of this opinion is Cooper. He still plays Blade Master pretty much all the time. Not entirely, but I would say like 90% of the time. So he has his own meta. And despite the fact that the Blade Master is considered worse, most human players aren't used to it anymore, and this is also something you have to keep in mind. It's not only about what is straight up better, but what are players more experienced against. This is the straight up strength of cheeses, usually, that you are very well experienced with them, even if they're not that good, but the opponent doesn't know perhaps how well to deal with it. Now, Blade Master, of course, was played a long time, so you would think that humans should still know what to do against it, but it really completely fell out of the meta pretty much quite a while ago. I'm not sure exactly when that happened. I think it was like 2.5 years ago, something like that. It was Infi and TH first in Netties influencing everyone, as so often. When they showed mostly how to deal with this, very impressively, seemed to be AM, creeping, fast tier 2, no expansion, MK second, and then rifle caster. 1-2 priests, maybe 3, and then quick into Sorks. And then combination of slow plus clap oftentimes rendered the Blade Master plus the entire front line of the Orc quite useless. So that is the big problem of this hero, of this strategy for the Orc, and Cooper's going to show us how he's going to work around that.
Yeah. First feel-good moment for ToD. No ring, no gloves, instantly boosting his damage, and that's what he loves as the early items. Claws of attack for him, and for me, Cooper is playing rather passive in this early game. He's creeping up himself, finding a claw and a circlet for himself. That's a good start for the Blade, indeed. He can't really stop creeping the Archmage, but ToD is finding a different approach to this, as he's the one being aggressive now, even without level 2. I'm surprised.
Yes. It's going to be all about the experience here early, of course. Normally on this map, we see the human with a fast Shadow Priest. Here it's not going to be required, as there's no wolves to dispel. But yeah, it's going to be all about gathering experience as much as possible, and that can certainly be tricky for human here early on. But yeah, we'll see who gets away with more experience and more juice from the early.
We got the tier 2 techs progressing, 60% for Cooper, who's trying to steal the High Priest. ToD, one of the best last hitters in the game. Blade Master got it though, and the Wand of Illusion, which is a lot of scouting. Grunt is pretty hurt. Maybe he can use a body block. Cooper with the speed scroll, saving this green skin, and a good ambush for the Russian here, chasing the Archmage. He will probably lose a couple of HP, but he got the boots of speed and the dust, so he knows exactly what he has to deal with. Tier 2 by ToD is almost done, and we get the before-mentioned rifles. There's no level 2 on the map yet. That's fascinating. 4 minutes 45. Really rare to see. Almost no progress. So all of the progress will be done on tier 2. It would be quite insane if anyone is taking to tier 3 here. We shouldn't really expect that. Cooper with the second kill on a footman, but a footman is only a footman, you know. Not the biggest deal. And we see the dwarf with the hammers in the altar on the other side. It's a shadow hunter. That was to be expected as well. Plus the torrent totem and the beastery. So standard tier 2 for Cooper right here. ToD is moving out with militia. He knows he needs creeping. Now that casters are coming into play, we absolutely need the Brilliance Aura to rejuve them, to stock them back up on mana. Wand of Illusion used here to creeping, so the boulder is ending up on the Blade Master now, interestingly. And he gets level 2. With that, the critical strike. It is also level 2 here. Wand of Mana Stealing will probably be sold. Oh, keeps it for now. Interesting. With a melee hero like the Mountain King. I always pressure this item, especially if you're up against the Shadow Hunter. Maybe you can get into reach and drain some mana from your opponent.
Good old Raider Walker. It's kind of rare to see nowadays. Can still work out well. Has the downside though that you don't have big AoE abilities. I feel like this is something that at this patch and the last couple of patches has really seemed to be some of the strongest things that Warcraft has to offer. AoE abilities. Frost Nova, War Stomp, Clap. Those look so incredibly powerful, especially the later the game goes, the bigger the armies become. And that's something that Cooper isn't going to have to work with. He's going to have Shadow Hunter with, I suppose, AoE healing and AoE dispel, but no AoE impact, high impact spell from a strength hero. He's going to be relying heavily on the Blade Master. Is this Blade Master strong enough to keep him competitive in the late game?
So far, he's rather tanky, huh? With Rune Bracers, with the Ankh. Yeah, a little bit of damage, but also not the highest crits. He's not roaming at the moment, so it's also slowed down progress on the Shadow Hunter. I'm not too sure if I like Cooper's play too much. On the other side, Mountain King is finding some progress as well. Book of the Dead for him. There is limited Dispel in the Orc army with not having Purge, but the AoE Dispel. So maybe once the walkers are drained, this can be a good item, but it will probably be used for creeping or sold in the end. Finally, level 3 Blade Master. Shadow Hunter still on the way to level 3, and now the roaming starts, and now the Stealing Magpie is trying to grab up some items and catch some experience.
Could also go into the main and start harassing there. There's no wall off, so this Blade Master could have completely free reign, and he's gonna see as well, hey, would you look at that? There's an open invitation to the peon line, and hello, it's gonna be one easy kill for him right away. This is gonna be expensive in resources to force this Blade Master back. It's gonna take a lot of militia time.
Probably the first time in years that ToD is inviting someone into his house. The tower.
Well, you were there not too long ago.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Not too long, huh?
Could be worse. This Blade Master is doing a good job. He's getting walled in, which is weird. He's probably going to go for Zeppelin now to get him out, so this is also going to be somewhat expensive. And there's rifles, not to forget,
Yep.
so the Zeppelin here might have a tough time, but now ToD is walled outside of his own main. Oh man, this is feeling a little awkward.
It is, indeed. Shadow Hunter not made it up to level 3, still needs some green, and he can't really attack the Zeppelin. There was some extra cost for Cooper, of course, that can't be put into army or consumables. So let's see, what do we got? Kodo is coming with that. Cooper is at the perfect 50 supply. No upgrades yet. Items for the Shadow Hunter, a little underwhelming. Mountain King is not level 3 though, and that's the biggest thing. Oh, Zeppelin. Oh, is he actually surviving? Nice, good escape.
The rifles don't have long rifles upgrade. They only have 400 range right now.
Oh.
That is a big problem. Their power spike comes with upgrades. Damage upgrades, long range upgrades. But the lumber was such a big problem for ToD that Blade Master coming in after exacerbated the problem. Even before that, the lumber wasn't looking too good. The resource management by ToD this game seems a little off.
Yeah, maybe he's a little sleepy just like you, Remo. Another end snare thrown, Blade Master in the middle of everything. But that is a rifleman kill for sure. He crits for 76. Clap against it, but that's basically no damage. ToD is dashing through his mana, throwing hammers and claps left, right, and center. There is one more. Can he threaten the Blade Master enough to force a TP or get a kill or something? He needs it at this point. Cooper seems absolutely overwhelming.
And the Mountain King, he needed a level 3 so bad, but he was closely before it. And now everything on the human side seems to be dying. Militia absolutely missing. They're busy in the main still getting lumber. The rifles are rallied to the main base as well. Finally a kill, finally level 3 for the MK. And somehow the supply isn't even looking too bad. Blade Master getting focused again. But with his inventory, he should be safe. ToD needs to realize he's got to bring his rifles from the main.
Ay. That is still 2 rifles. Now he got it. Sorks are coming as well. Rifles still at 400 range. With the slow kicking in, he gets this grunt. So ToD's still alive in this, even though wasn't a perfect fight by any means. Was a little bit chaotic. But maybe he can recover with all his experience. He's been in situations like this before. There we go. And maybe he can find a way. So far, Cooper with a good game. ToD with a couple of mistakes. I think whoever makes the next mistake is losing the map.
Forces are under attack.
Is that rifle stuck there? Oh my god, it's stuck.
What?
Man.
Oh no.
In the main base. It's a rough game for ToD, man. Sometimes you just have those games where nothing seems to be going your way.
You know, it's some sort of static defense against possible Zeppelin drops, you know?
Yeah, true.
Silver lining.
He remembered that Zeppelin only had 5 HP. But I guess in the meantime it died somewhere. Khadga's pipe for Cooper.
Yeah.
That is the best item he could have hoped for.
Yeah.
What's ToD gonna get? He's deserving a good item right now. He didn't have the best ones this game. Claws! Meh. For the MK, it's a little bit more damage, I guess.
Yeah, plus 17 Archmage now. And more experience. Level 4 would be amazing. But once he sees the Brilliance Aura on the Shadow Hunter, that feels bad indeed. Blade Master with gloves. That is an extra damage booster as well. Level 4, crit level 2. Cooper's ready. Even getting some upgrades.
50. Seems like they're both close to ready. Alright, finally the rifles have been freed. There's another tower coming up at the main. ToD is expecting more base harass, so he's keeping his reinforcements in there while he's keeping on creeping. That's what he likes to do, isn't it? The MK is going to be level 4 really soon, and it's always a very nice, feel-good level for the Mountain King, where Stormbolt and Clap are strong. Ideally want to have some mana items as well. MK doesn't have that yet. Has a chance of a Pendant of Energy over here. In the meantime, Blade in the main, protected by the Spirit Link, and with level 4, he could be quite the troublemaker in here.
Indeed. Ring of Protection for ToD. Adding insult to injury, of course. There's almost no mana anymore, but an Ankh and a potion. And it is indeed a Zeppelin drop. So ToD, how fast is your response? Tower is focusing on the Zeppelin immediately, but the Militia will just be slaughtered. ToD not responding yet. He's not in position to go for a counterattack, and he's just creeping at this point. This is free damage for Cooper.
We want to get the level 4 first, and then hope for a Stormbolt kill, maybe.
Kodo!
Nice! Almost got the kill, but he also avoided the Devour with that Stormbolt, which was pretty nice. So there was a lot of peasants going down. It was also 2 rifles, wasn't it? That was painful for ToD.
Yeah, exactly. And the second Zeppelin drop that inflicts a lot of pain to the Frenchman. France in general, very well represented. 3 Frenchies started into this tournament. Only 1 was eliminated, and that was Kraft against Happy. Sad still alive later against Grubby. ToD still alive, of course. Second best nation right after Russia.
And looking good here over this weekend. Are we going to have them in the semifinals and the grand finals? We'll see. Mountain King getting a bit more experience. ToD back up at 50. No damage upgrade yet for the rifles. This usually the power spike for the rifles is the second damage upgrade. Some armor can help as well, but it's more about damage. Especially the first one is so cheap. Only 100 gold. ToD not going for it yet. Still concerned about more base attacks. He's resetting up towers again. He's keeping reinforcements in the main again. While Cooper is looking for his own bit of creeping. He has broken upkeep already, so it feels like Cooper will want to take a fight here sooner or later.
Yeah, he was kind of expecting ToD to be in the upper left, so he has nothing to do there at the moment, as ToD is getting another big spot. MK, super tanky now with 1.3k HP, plus 9 armor as well. He does have a town portal. We got an Invis Archmage with the heal scroll. And Clap is getting better and better. Shadowhunter is not at 5. Has a lot of mana to use though. More rifles, more casters, Sorks in the main. Will this force another TP? Cooper does have pillage, so whatever he attacks, he's getting gold from it.
So you're gonna pick up the item here first before TPing. Sentry wards. Not
Okay,
gonna
Cooper.
TP. ToD is gonna walk home. Okay, it's gonna take a little while. He's not supply blocked yet. The shop being gone, he doesn't need breakers, so it's not the worst thing ever. And he's gonna intercept a grunt in the meantime. It's gonna make supply very, very even.
Almost a tie now in supply. Mountain King mana looking okay. No potion though. Can the Shadowhunter out heal him? Going for a walker right away. There's 3 of them. Not too sure if that's the perfect target. The clap was very good. And yeah, good luck killing this MK. It seems impossible. Devour on a rifleman. Target should probably switch. Another clap in the middle of everything. But that was the last bit of mana for the MK.
Again, lots of units stuck in the main. 3 rifles, 2 Sorks up there. ToD gonna reposition. Running out of mana on the MK, definitely a problem. And now not having shop hurts.
Yeah.
He's setting it up again in the back of the base. He needs to power build this right away. MK tanky inventory was certainly helpful, but the mana now having run dry is a problem. But he's super close to level 5. And that is going to make him the #1 star QB1 on the battlefield.
The what?
The QB1.
Quarterback. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't just start with football references after 10 years of casting with me. That's throwing me off.
I mean, I know we both are big True Blood fans, so I was hoping you would see the reference from there.
I never saw True
Jason
Blood.
Stackhouse. Don't lie to our audience, Neo. That's not nice.
I would never would.
We both love vampires, and we both want to drink blood. That's the truth.
Well, that is indeed the truth.
Blade Master again, scouting around, being annoying, but can't too easily find kills. MK now got the level 5. Here we go, boys. It's going to be time for some big claps. But usually, especially from the players from Asia nowadays, we see a lot of mana potions. I think ToD so far hasn't purchased a single mana potion yet this game.
No.
Easier said than done, of course, though, because he's been under a lot of pressure, taking economic damage here and there. But ToD still has a lot of room to grow. Second attack upgrade for the rifles, 1 or maybe even 2 mana potions on this MK, and then he's going to be scary strong.
Yeah. Cooper lost like 1 TP in gold value to upkeep, but of course he got a lot from pillage as well. So the gold should be fairly even. ToD is still supply stuck, which is a problem because Cooper is just muscling up. 70 supply, getting close to his own level 5. 2 Berserkers for additional damage, and the Blade Master's getting perfect vision of what's happening. Cooper is out creeping ToD, he's out producing ToD, and the items are looking a little better as well. So ToD needs to rely on Clap. He needs to smash this next fight and just stops making mistakes with the rally points, for example.
Yeah, 15 supply advantage looks pretty daunting, but this is a level 5 Mountain King, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Blizzard on top could be crazy. But it would also make microing a little bit more difficult and would make the Archmage's life more dangerous because he would be stuck in position and stuff. Alright, off we go. Is this the fight that is going to decide the game? MK, no mana potion, so he has to be a little bit careful with his mana usage. Getting ensnared over and over to not get into the perfect position for the clap. Nicely done. But here we see the first clap of many. Can the Shadowhunter counter heal against all of this damage?
There is 2 heal scrolls, plus a lot of mana on this stage. MK already down to below 50%. ToD is using a heal scroll himself, but all the fragile caster units are caught in the front row. No slow trap kicking in for ToD. That's another TP. That's another sword. Oh, that sword was saved. All right. Cooper's losing a little bit. A lot of HP, actually, thanks to the Spirit Link. But he can heal that back up. And he still has the mana potion. He still has the heal scroll. That was not the claps ToD needs.
Yeah, ToD is playing around his mana pool. This is something he's also mentioned plenty of times, where he was quite impressed with the play of Infi and the other top humans from Asia, that he noticed that they played a lot around their mana pool, meaning they're gonna take a fight until they run out of mana, especially on the MK, and then TP out, having traded fairly well. In terms of kills, it was I would say pretty even across the board here between the two players, but in terms of healing, this is very expensive for Cooper to heal all of this damage back up again. This Catgus pipe is an absolute blessing, by the way.
Yeah.
This item is making a monstrous difference. The best item that any of these could have found on this map, once again showing that it's pretty crazy strong, kind of bonkers. Cooper's certainly lucky in that regard. But hey, the game is still going on, and ToD has closed that supply gap a little bit more.
Zeppelin Scout falls. This time we do have a mana potion. This time the MK is invisible. He can go into a way better position. So how good will the fighting position be? There's a lot of raiders, so Blizzard would not be a great option. That clip hits hard. And we're going for the Blade Master, who's a little far in the back, but he wants the cast is gone. He wants... Oh! He wants the slow. Not being turned against him. The MK, the absolute menace in the back line. Can't even count the damage anymore. Level 5 for the Archmage. That's more mana. Info potion on the Mountain King. ToD is fighting for survival here and is killing more and more and more thanks to that MK. But now we have level 3 heal wave as well. Blade Master in a world of trouble. Has the potion though. Now the MK
might be going down here.
Do? He can't really escape. There's a net on top of his head. Stormbolt, so brave. Can he get another invisibility out?
Oh!
The Blade Master falls. Invis save. ToD the God.
Cooper doesn't have the money for the Tavern Revive. He's losing everything right now. One more clap would kill absolutely every single unit. MK, is he gonna have the balls to go out of the shadows? I don't even think he needs to. Without the blade, there's hardly any damage over here. Transferring the invul, that one's gonna be ready very soon once again. Very nice play here by ToD. The power of level 3 clap. It was nerfed on the most recent patch, but it's still very strong. And the Shadowhunter also coming to feel the strength of the Mountain King. Oh, he survives actually with the invul. So does the MK. When is there enough gold for the Blade Master? Seems like not quickly enough. The Tavern cannot be used. And Cooper's losing so many units. So is ToD, I guess. Yeah. He lost plenty of supply right there. Doesn't have priests anymore for healing, which is a big problem. But his heroes are so strong, it's crazy.
And now the MK is back with another Stormbolt. Every Stormbolt is a kill. Is he brave enough to go with Clap? That's 2 Berserkers falling. The MK is getting super close to 6. Hammer to the head. GG. ToD wins game 1. What a series. What a game. What a fight by ToD. And what a moment there. The save on the MK. The kill on the Blade Master. The moment of the game.
Those claps, dude. The magic of level 5 MK. It is amazing. And I really think it seems like if you don't have a TC on the other side as the orc, you just cannot counterplay the impact that that hero has.
Yeah.
Level 3 Stomp can do similar wonders, but just Shadow Blade, I feel like it doesn't look that good anymore in the super late game. If you can finish the game on 55 supply, all right, fine. You know, you find your timing, nice. But if it goes super late, it looks so rough. And we have to remember, this was a rough game for ToD. A lot of things went wrong. This wasn't a perfect game by him. And Cooper also did a good job doing plenty of damage early. But he still comes back, wins the late game, in kind of the fashion that ToD loves to play. Take it late, creep a lot, and then rely on the levels late game. And this MK just had the most wonderful time.
Whew, that was incredible. That was a good start to this day. And ToD is one step away from the semifinals, where once again he could meet Grubby. We're waiting for the next game to start, and we have a lot new subs, Remo.
Yes, wait a second. Where we leave off? I think it was Karubik with the 4 months. Follow Duro with the 30 months. Says Lurking Love less than 3. Duro, shout out to you, man.
Miss you.
Glad to still see you every now and then. Anonymous Cheerer with a 500 bits. Alexei with the 100 bits. My boy Louie with a 6-month resub says, Happy New Year to everyone, less than 3.
That's nice.
Andrew Lang with a 4-month resub says, Let's go, Grubby. Fableagas with a host. Yayud with a 52-month resub says, Pog Champ, keep it up, lads. Salty Napster with the 27 months. UG Chaos with a sub. Congo Junk with a 37-month resub. Marshall Spirit with a 26 months. Just Nikos with a 3-month resub says Neo number 1.
Oh,
There you go. The Crest Fallen with a €5 says Satan approves drinking blood. I hope it tastes good, man. And thank you all very much for this support for our early start into the stream. We're gonna, yesterday it was a lot of fun already, especially the crowdfunding was insane. The games maybe could have been a little bit better. Hopefully today they will be, but it wasn't a very long day. We only had 5 series, I guess it was in the end, shown. It wasn't the longest of days, but today we're going to have 7 series, 3 of those best of 5. We're going to go late into the evening. It's going to be a wonderful long day of Warcraft.
That's exactly how we love it, don't we? It's pretty cool to see that we have 5,000 viewers already after map 1.
What?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
That
hey
is
guys, how you
crazy
doing?
indeed.
By the way, we are, for everyone who might be new here, we are on our quest to 100,000 followers at the moment. We are currently around 200 away. And if we could crack that this weekend, that would be wonderful. So if you want to follow a channel that shows the most wonderful Warcraft pretty much on a daily basis, follow us and check out what these wonderful players have to show in our wonderful game, because Warcraft 3, even in 2021, even with what happened last year, is still a wonderful game. The scene is very much alive and wonderful, and we are very grateful that we have so much support from the community and from the players. Let's not forget about the players. So yeah, give us a follow. Check out the game if you haven't already too much before, because these are festivities this weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun together, and in the coming weeks and months, we're going to have a lot more fun as well.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. Tomorrow, we're broadcasting the ESL Euro Cup. On Thursday, there's a new format being debuted. We'll talk about that later, maybe. And on the weekend, we have a $20,000 best of 5 between Infi and 120. So 2021 is really, really starting strong. And let's see how these players are doing on map number 2. ToD, not a perfect game by any means, but same goes for Cooper, who can fix the mistakes. It's up for Cooper now. He's facing elimination. ToD 1 map away from the semifinal. He would be there with a perfect 4-0 score over Lil DC and Cooper, who made some waves at DreamHack Summer and also W3C Season Finals 3. This is gonna be quite interesting. No Limit Gaming probably proud. ToD versus Cooper, map number 2.
This is a map where most other orcs would like playing it quite a bit with a standard meta game, which is Farseer, and then go for a fast lightning shield creep. But this is Cooper. Is he gonna do that? It seems kind of questionable. It seems kind of unlikely, I would even go so far as to say. And we see no barracks here, but rather a fast shop and a Blade Master instant harass with the Peon Scout. Ooh, interesting. So it seems like he's going to try to slow down ToD at the very beginning and then move across the map with a popped speed scroll, trying to inflict damage right away, perhaps preventing level 2, ideally stealing last hits and items himself. But on paper, and just in essence, this is a bit of a risky strategy. If ToD is not distracted by this peon too much and executes very well with a lightning shield, for example, this could be a wasted early game by Cooper. So already, Cooper is putting quite a bit of pressure on himself here early on to get stuff done.
Okay. Once again, we do have an Archmage by ToD. That's no surprise. We have new subs, though. That's a cool surprise. Battle Kasperche with the sub. Platin 89 for 34 months. Sub train, you said? Let's take a ride. Real Lord Hunter with the 2-month resub. And Jesus Fromage with the 2-month resub. And that's first blood for ToD right away by killing the peon.
That means, with a 25 experience, that getting the rogue plus 2 more, or the renegade wizard, I should say, plus 2 more rogues would be his level 2. Blade Master's running across. The speed scroll was active. He's too late for the big boy, but he is in time for the rest of the crew. So he, in fact, can successfully prevent level 2 AM and can go for a slaughter once again towards the peasants. I wonder, shouldn't ToD start off by walling off his main base, especially against the Blade Master? That's still not a wall. There's still an opening here. And the Blade Master is indeed slowing down this AM quite successfully.
Okay, he's trapped in the base. Militia are called as well. That will delay the tech a little bit, I guess, as he doesn't have much lumber. Windwalk, and now... what? Just walks out. Wasn't even trapped to begin with. Tech for Cooper already started, of course.
Yeah, he got double clarity, by the way. So he's gonna have tons of Windwalks to use. Lumber mill coming in. I think that's the block. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like that should be the idea. And I must say, this Blade Master opening is working out quite well. But I think ToD is also giving him the option for this to work out well. ToD could be playing this very differently. He could have just walled off from the very start, and then when he sees the Blade Master showing up, he's going to be like, oh, okay, you want to be aggressive? Let's do this. And then run out on the map, go for other creep camps elsewhere, like, for example, the enemy green in the south next to their lab, and then creep with militia in the meantime. Because the Blade Master's big weakness in the early game, unlike the Farseer, is he cannot be in multiple places at the same time. The Farseer can with the Wolves. So normally you want to try to exploit that by being in multiple places at the same time, especially when the Grunt is late, as we saw here. So I think this non-wall off for ToD is causing him more and more problems, but I can also understand that it can feel safer to go for that, because remember game 1, suddenly you wall off your base, and then there's a Zeppelin drop, and you can't get in, and it's like, oh my god, like, what do I do? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I think, like, the thing is, the situation on game 1 started because the base wasn't wall off, right? The Blade Master was just walking into it, and then Cooper was forced into the Zeppelin, which then enabled the drops, and then ToD was walled off outside his base, so everything he did really was wrong in that situation. Or just Cooper played around.
You want to tell him that? You want to tell him that later when he's talking?
Let me maybe rephrase that. Cooper played perfectly to the decisions of ToD. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're being somewhat critical here, but yeah, if you don't wall off early on, you can really get punished hard for that. Against the Farseer, it doesn't matter that much, because the Farseer can still send in the Wolves, and normally he never dives with the Farseer himself, so having an opening is kind of only beneficial to you, but if you have an opening against the Blade Master, it's also beneficial to him. And we are harping on this a little bit, but it does have a rat's tail. This is a big deal, because of this farm wall, basically, this is why the AM isn't level 2. He was forced to stay back, he couldn't do efficient militia creeping, and this Blade Master has very, very successfully slowed down the AM. Now, this has a tiny silver lining, and that is that there's plenty of creeps still left for the Mountain King. He is going to be the carry once again, and he will rely on creeping and levels quite a lot.
Blade Master under a little bit of pressure, being revealed. Damage shouldn't really be enough if the Mountain King joins now. There's a Stormbolt, but he knows, of course, the timings for the second heroes precisely, and just wind walks away from this. See the Shadow Hunters? So ToD's tech actually not that late compared to Cooper, which surprises me. Shadow Hunter out now.
Blade Master.
Is he dead? No, he's still revealed.
Oh.
What?
9 HP! Oh, the AM. How bad does he want it? How bad does he want it?
Real bad. He gets the kill with that level 2.5. It was only a Blade Master level 1, but again, extra experience, extra resources that Cooper doesn't want to spend, and he can't keep track of what ToD is doing right now.
Those boots. Those boots, so wonderful. Boots and ring, both pretty good for the MK. ToD would love to have some priests over here to help him out with a bit of healing. Very early guard tower. Way before Zeppelins could even come in. Interesting. But okay, he's getting his army up. Rifles coming, priests coming. This time hopefully with a bit faster upgrade of the long rifles.
Yeah, that would indeed be nice. Shadowhunter is out with level 2, already Grunt's healing up, starting to go into the middle, while ToD is taking a little bit of a more careful approach with the shop first for new dust, which is nice, and boots have been passed to the MK as well. Casters are coming, and here it is, Remo, the long rifles.
Very nice. Does cost a bit of lumber here. He does have enough now. He does have the lumber mill to help out with the lumber income, but it wasn't positioned perfectly for the lumber harvesting, rather for the block, so it's a little awkward, but I suppose it's fine. Militia called. Sent back again. MK finally level 2. How's the Shadowhunter leveling? Decently. Level 2.4 right now. Double mantle for him is very good. The Blade Master, he normally has to be relied on for damage in the late game. This game, he's only level 2. Doesn't have claws. At least double gloves, I suppose, but it's not the scariest blade I've ever seen.
No, but look at the Shadowhunter. Winter can come. He got 3 mantles. He will be keeping warm. 420 mana. You know what that means, guys. So MK continues the leveling. That is Potion of Greater Healing for him. Archmage in the back, so full experience to the Dwarf. Getting very close to 3, but Cooper is contesting the upper left. There could be a brawl about that now. No level 2 heal wave at the moment. No level 2 critical. The big bounty probably going to ToD, or the winner of this fight.
Speed scroll popped to reposition, get back. Cooper certainly needs a heal scroll if he wants to take this fight. Gets the heal scroll. ToD doesn't have one. And once again, like on LR, before the first fight, the MK isn't quite level 2 yet. ToD could call Militia, and maybe with that try to claim the Renegade for himself. Militia have been called. MK in the perfect position for the for the clap, but use the Stormbolt first to take out the Walkers. But now there is level 2 heal wave. Again, seems like a good start of the fight for Cooper.
I agree. Are there any consumables to use? Of course, the Greater Healing, but that's pretty much about it. Cooper already invested into a heal scroll, so even if there's clap, he has a solution to it. Priests on the other side. Now the police is coming, but it's only peasants. It's not even Militia anymore.
MK trying to go for some more kills. These healers have been looking amazing, but finally gets the kill. That's level 3 Mountain King, when you all know what that means. Level 2 clap coming in now. Perfect position. We see it right there. A few more humans on the human side going down. Blade Master getting closer and closer to level 3. The Walker just barely saved. Cannot be taken out. Oh, what am I talking about? Of course, there is clap. And with that, the Walker is dead. 41 supply for ToD, 36 for Cooper. It is a pretty bloody fight over here on the left-hand side of Amazonia. Both losing plenty. Ooh, that Rifleman getting healed up again. Very scrappy fight now, which is usually where the priests shine above all else. But we hardly have any priests here for the healer.
Ooh, Priest vs Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter wins it in the end. The summons, of course, big help with the piercing damage and the tankiness. Speed scroll to get out for Cooper now. But if he evacuates out of this situation, the upper left-hand side goes to ToD. Stormbolt on the Blade Master, who also has to retreat, being revealed thanks to the Sentry Ward. Both need to lick their wounds, but the priests are there to do exactly that, and this Renegade Wizard can possibly hold a very, very powerful item for ToD. Sumi Mask, True Shot Aura, Devotion Aura. What do you got? Rope, also pretty good.
Definitely keep that on the MK, I think. Would be bonus damage on the AM, but usually the mana on the Mountain King much more valuable. We saw earlier what Clap can do in the late game stages. He wants some mana support for this MK as well. Clarity's mana potion. For that, we see a shop coming up now. This is one of the benefits of playing the Rifle Caster style. You don't need a shop for a long time because you don't need breakers, but at some point you do want it for items. Cooper again seems to be struggling. Normally when you play Blade Master Shadow, you need to play a pretty active tempo game. You kind of need to get ahead early, and you want to finish the game before the supply gets too crazy, where the MK will totally take over. And that means normally, like, you want to win before 60 supply. And we're still somewhat far away from that, but ToD's Mountain King now might be strong enough to ensure him being able to get to that 60 plus supply.
Yeah, once again, very tanky, circlet, ring, also very mobile. Cooper creeping the bottom right. Is that an item that helps him? Yes, it absolutely is. Scourge Bone Chimes, a little bit of HP regen during these fights. It's a lot about sustain, especially if you have Spirit Link, like Vamp Aura synergizes so well with it. And ToD feels brave, goes for the red spot.
It's nighttime right now. Cooper doesn't see him, but he sees the camp.
Yep.
Being pulled, so he knows what's up.
Scout Grunt, Blade Master is in. ToD has to scout against that. Does he even have dust? Yes, he does. Blade Master reveals himself, and the end snares are flying. Cooper smelling blood in the water.
Scourge Bone Chimes could be wonderful against these claps, which will be coming in. Here comes the first one. Shadowhunter with a big mana potion. His mana pool is absolutely insane. No heal scroll, though. That one is on the human side. Kodo Beast going forward, trying to get off a Devour. Didn't quite manage to yet. Good start to the fight here for Cooper, as it so often is the case for the Orc. It will swing around the other way, potentially, if ToD holds on well. Claps over and over coming through. He needs that. Heal scroll. Shadowhunter getting slowed, however. Heal wave. Heal scroll. Oh my god, so much healing for Cooper.
Indeed, plus the Scourge Bone Chimes, of course, but slowly but steady, thanks to the Spirit Link, the Rubber Band effect is kicking in. Another clap would be wonderful, but he doesn't have that. The Shadowhunter's sustain is incredible. Heal wave after heal wave after heal wave, and ToD is running out of juice. There's no mana to work with anymore. What's the way out of this fight?
One more clap is there. Again, ToD uses all of his mana, and then he TPs out, as we've seen quite a few times now. MK gets out of there. 46 supply for ToD, 49 for Cooper. Everything is still hurt though. He just used the heal scroll. He also used the big mana potion. It was a good fight for Cooper, but a lot of resources, item-wise, had to be invested.
So now, Brilliance Aura again, helping ToD in situations like this. Shadowhunter has to move all the way back. Mana potion was consumed already, so he needs Clarity's reveal. But there's no way he can kill him, right? He's trying to. But he should be too tanky.
Yeah, he wants to get the next heal scroll here, I believe. Or maybe the invuln.
Invuln.
Going for the invuln here right away.
ToD is using a lot of mana for this.
Yeah, which is not going to lead to a kill. Double dust charge as well. I could cancel the clarity right now if he's feeling cheeky. MK is completely out of mana already. This is the perfect start for the fight for Cooper.
I think he got baited into this a little too greedy here.
ToD doesn't have a TP anymore, by the way. Oh man.
There's a heal scroll and
Cooper could have
invuln.
pounced on this.
Yeah, really curious. He saw the mana pool of the MK for quite some time. Still didn't feel ready. Shadowhunter was at 50% plus a mana potion. Maybe that's the mistake that enables ToD to get back in fighting shape with the item he needs.
It's gonna sell the cloak. Clarity mana potion seems like a good idea. There we go. Finally has that mana pot on the MK, which you really, really want. But still no TP. Sitting in no upkeep. He's getting plenty of gold right now. Cooper again at 59 supply. He's taking the supply lead here once more.
And is going for the red spot. But now it's vice versa. Now it's Cooper starting the creep spot and ToD pouncing on it. Granite Golem. Who's it gonna go for? And it is pretty easy. Going to Cooper. Claws of attack plus 12 in combination with 2 gloves of haste. It's gonna rain damage on ToD.
ToD didn't quickly enough figure out what was going on here. Almost got caught in a very bad position. But he falls back. No punish here just yet. ToD also going into upkeep. ToD probably feels like, because this is the feeling of every player in Warcraft, if the opponent got one red camp, I have to get the other one. So maybe for that reason, he's going into upkeep here, trying to get ready for the next big camp, the last big camp on the map. Cooper going forward. Shadowhunter very deep, but he's very well protected with the Spirit Link. I think ToD before used a little bit too much Stormbolt. I think you should pretty much only use Clap.
Yeah.
But then again, you would love to slow down this Blade Master as well, because his damage is pretty impressive at this point.
Sweet dodge of the Devour by the Sorceress. Now we use Stormbolts on this Kodo Beast to take him out. He can't get rid of the damage aura. Big front line here that makes it hard for the Mountain King to get the perfect situation for the Clap. He's focusing the Shadowhunter a little. I feel like the focus fire is all over the place. That's the one of the last claps here. Robe of the Magi dropped in the middle of the fight to use the potion to get some extra value off of that. But ToD in the ropes here, 13 supply lead. He has to rely on the claps and he needs to get kills with it.
And the Mountain King, he used the invuln before when he wasn't really threatened too much. And now he's getting focused. He's in big trouble. The Blade Master might just kill him off. Hex, right clicks, MK dead, and that might be the game. Everything is so low over here for Cooper, though. AM also needs to be careful. This Blade Master's damage. Now he's level 5.
Oh,
Let the crits fly.
252. This is Blade Master festivities right now, ladies and gentlemen. Cooper survives this fight with a Crimson Mask. Everything's bloody, but at the end, his heroes are at 5-5, and he once more gets it. ToD, he's struggling hard now. MK Revive takes quite some time. Archmage is hurt, has a potion, might be safe for now, but with a 250 crit, man, he's just slicing and dicing away at this human army and has time to heal his own army, his 46 supply that's remaining. Strong fight by Cooper, knowing exactly when to pull back the units, knowing exactly how much clap is there and what the big risk is for him. And now he feels very comfortable. Great haul for him.
This is the game the way he envisions them. He plays from a bit of a lead, and then he finishes the game potentially before the MK gets 5, before the armies get too big. And I suppose AZ is the perfect map to do this. On AZ, you can't go into the corners of the map and creep one camp after the next, get to level 5 MK somewhat reliably, which is what we saw on LR. LR, a great MK creep map. AZ, a very bad MK creep map. And I think we saw that pretty impressively here. Cooper has around 1.5 minutes until this expansion is finished. ToD is under the gun. He needs to get something big going his way in the next 90 seconds. Otherwise, this map is almost certainly lost.
All right, as the dust settles a little bit, we got 2 big donations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Unhit, for 50 euros. Happy New Year, gentlemen. And Fanboy with another 50 euros. Thanks for Back to Warcraft. Thank you guys so much. This is really an awesome start to the year. Is it an awesome fight for ToD? I rather not think so. It is clappy clap time again. But very limited mana, and the Blade Master 230, 250 just dashes out the red numbers, and ToD probably dashing out a GG soon.
Yeah, this seems to be the end over here. The Scourge 4 times for the Blade Master. He's sealing up for so much. It's pretty good. Honestly, the crits are pretty reduced in damage thanks to the armor and the Spirit Link. The Spirit Link being stolen is somewhat nice. But the MK, I think it's time to go back to Ironforge, my friend, and get survived by the Spirit Healer, or whatever the hell it's called. 1 crit to finish the game in style. Maybe it's a Windwalk this time. And he gets his kill. And that is our game. 3, 2, 1. GG. No? Okay, I thought of staying in this. Trying to see what he can do. But now it's over. Well played, he says.
Well played, indeed. That is something new. We don't see that every day in ToD's games. But Cooper is still in this series. His map, Amazonia, goes to him. And that gives us game 3. And that is more Warcraft. We love more Warcraft, Remo.
We're also quite fond of our support here coming in. Guys, thank you very much for the subs, for the donos. Again, you're being amazing. There was a bit of a break after Christmas, but now we are back, and so are you in full force. Super cool to see. Thank you to Goonin for the sub. Great Jim with the 7 months saying, yeah. Tim Der Krasser with the 4 months. Hiasis with the 26 months says, perfect way to start off the year. Poggers. K. Liam with the gifted sub. Donald Trump fan Maga with the 12 months says, love that Remo guy. Amix Chen with the 6 months says, love you both. Greets from Bremen. And Pungent Stink with the 7 months. Thank you guys very much.
Wonderful. Yeah, after Christmas, I briefly checked our sub counter and was like, oh, that's not good. Oh, we need to start streaming again. But all it took was two casts, and we are a decent number again. You guys clearly like what we do, and we love what we do as well, so it's a perfect fit. Thank you guys so much. Game 3 is gonna be Terenas Stand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cooper didn't veto Terenas.
No.
Normally, that is the #1 orc veto, and unsurprisingly, ToD is going for this map. But that is considering the meta. The meta on Terenas is, for all the orcs out there outside of Cooper, Farseer first, Lightning Shield creeping, and then harassing, and so on. And for the humans, MK first. MK first can be super strong if you can ensure he has a good early game, which on Terenas Stand is more doable than anywhere else. But if you're playing against Cooper and you know you're going to be facing Blade Master, do you even want to go Mountain King? If the Blade starts coming in, stealing your last hits, and killing your peasants, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not so sure how that matchup plays out anymore. MK against Blade Master, that is something we haven't seen in like years, like long years.
Super curious about that as well. ToD probably checking the replay at the moment, so this gives us some time to shed a light on W3 Champions. Why is this server so amazing? Why are the people behind W3 Champions so amazing? And here is just a small glimpse of what you can get on the best server ever of Warcraft 3. Unlike on Battle.net, you got profiles, you got rankings, you got leagues, and you got an actual competitive ladder for many divisions. It goes up from Bronze to Grandmaster. There's a league for every skill range, even for me as a scrub. Or for people like Remo, who are very decent. And of course, for the greatest of the greats, they're coming even from Asia, from China, from Korea to play on W3 Champions because it's that damn good. They have their own launcher, so it's very easy to start. You just go to w3champions.com, you download the installer, and we are ready to go. And then you can even change your hotkeys with that launcher. Not only your custom keys for the units and the heroes and the buildings, but also for the inventory. Absolutely fantastic. The UI in general feels a lot more like the old BattleNet that we all love and cherish, and less than the Blizzard Reforged, so it's a little bit of like coming home if you start W3 Champions. And there's so many stats on the homepage, from what hero gets picked the most to what hero is most successful against what other hero. What is your best map? What is your best matchup? You can all track it there. And if you think that Warcraft 3 is a little bit too zoomed in, then you can just use a command at the beginning of the game and boom, there's a zoom out function, just like on NetEase, for example. So that's only, I don't know, is it even half of the features that W3C provides? I'm not too sure. If you're not playing yet, do it. W3champions.com. Download the launcher and start playing. And we move over to map number 3. The decision in the first quarterfinal of the W3 Champions Season 4 Grand Finals in Europe is ToD versus Cooper, Terenas Stand.
Who will be our first semi-finalist? Is it going to be Cooper with his trademark Blade Master play, or is it going to be ToD? And guess what, bro? It's not even a Blade Master.
Kind of expected
Farseer first.
Do you remember? It was, I think, DreamHack Fall, when Thorazane was playing Cooper. And we all thought, well, Cooper, he is Mr. Blade Master. He's going to play Blade Master. But Thorazane knew this because he tracked the match history on W3 Champions. That Cooper on Terenas plays the Farseer. And he played perfectly around this. So for ToD's sake, I really hope he remembers this game as well as I did.
Yeah, he's going to be scouting early on, going to be checking for what's happening with this footman. You can still easily creep the mercenary camp. 4 militia only. Don't you want 5? Ah, here comes number 5. A little bit late to the party. Again, slight execution errors here by ToD. We've kind of been seeing this throughout a couple of games now. But the footy sees what's up. Sees the Farseer, sees the shop. Knows that it doesn't have to be worried about Blade Master last hits here at all this entire game. But he's going to have to be worried about different things. Chain Lightning, and especially Wolf Harass. Normally on this map, from humans, we see a fast expansion, but we don't have to see that necessarily here. Normally we also see Mountain King, but ToD, unlike most other humans, doesn't play MK here that much.
Exactly. Archmage it is, starting off with the Wand of Illusion and Mantle of Intelligence. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good is also the 5 gifted subs by John Lusko. High five, my man. Big Invul Potion for the Farseer and the Cloak of Shadows. We've seen more and more usage for that item, as you can hide not only during the night, but also during the day. And that can be quite annoying.
There seems to be a perfect timing here for Cooper to be aggressive. He's coming in while the militia are on their way. ToD dispels both wolves right away. Normally you only want to dispel one, then force the resummon, and then dispel another one again. Because the wolves should be ready again in a second. Militia in position at the camp. This is a dicey situation in this game. This creep could go very well or very poorly. The last hit of the Chain Lightning is not there. Farseer couldn't quite see it, I think, because of nighttime. Item on the ground, Ring of Regen. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Farseer, I think, was tempted to go for it, but Archmage gets it in the end. Wolves are chasing. Here's the Chain Lightning getting one of the last hits. Also the Shadow Priest going down, another Footman going down. Quite a bloodbath here, but ToD striking back. Can he get the Shadow Priest? Would be a big one. Blocks himself with a Peasant. New reinforcements coming. Misses the block on the Farseer. Could have probably get a little bit more chip damage in. But ToD is making sure that this Berserker goes to him, and that secures level 3.
The double mantle here for the AM. Absolutely amazing. The Wand of Mana Steel helped a little bit, slowing down the Farseer here, limiting his mana pool, and especially the Ring of Regen. Very nice right now to have on the AM to heal up fully again. And later for the Mountain King, this item provides a lot of value over time. I wonder if ToD is going to keep it. We're going to see. But the MK is still pretty far away. This is a fast expansion. The tech will be delayed for ToD in favor of relying on economy late game. In the meantime, Cooper is rushing up to tier 2. Some orcs like playing Wyvern with this.
Yep.
Is Cooper one of those orcs?
I would think so. Usually Farseer against a fast expansion on this map means one thing, and that is Mass Wyvern. Mercenary camp is up, and he can go for towers. First scout tower is already there. ToD has to scout for this. If it's double beastery, certainly Wyvern If not, he might be a little more safe. Wolves are back at it again. Can't save the peasant. But more experience right here. Tier 2 not started, but the lumber mill is coming. Resources very, very low for ToD. Not much to work with, but reinforcements are coming in form of a Shadow Priest.
Yeah, that one's going to be a tremendous help. Going to be able to dispel that wolf there right away and has more dispels to use. That plus water element is pretty strong right now, but the Berserker is taken out. There's a lot of experience going the Farseer's way, 3.5 already. It's going to take out the Shadow Priest as well right away. Very nicely used speed scroll right there. And that is painful losses for ToD.
What a drive-by. He's going to need to reinforce
with more footies and a Berserker as well, but it's 90 seconds away.
Yeah, super nice drive-by by Cooper. Coming in just a little bit, inflicting a lot of damage, some casualties, and then just move away. Now the Shadow Priest falls, and the Archmage is going a little rogue with his +8 damage, not to be underestimated. Will be joined forces by the Footman on the left-hand side. When we take a look into Cooper's base, and what we see is no Wyvern. It's a TC Raider Walker.
Alright, he's going to try to play this straight up and for the long game, where ToD starts his tech now. That is certainly far behind the Orc. It's like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, something like that. But he's going to have a lot of gold now to use. Losing these Berserkers, these mercenaries, really hurts. If those were still alive for ToD, he would have a decent amount of map control. Maybe he could pressure some. But with only Footman and Water Elementals, it's going to be very tough to do. But at least with there being no Shaman, there's still not going to be too much to spell here for the Orc for quite some time.
Indeed. Level 2 Wolves, of course, very powerful. As you said, Raiders coming, Walkers coming. Very off-the-norm meta in this series between ToD and Cooper. But action-packed games, nice little back and forth, good tug of war. Who's going to claim the victory? Who's going to advance into the semifinal? Would be the first semifinal in the W3C tournament for both of them. And they would meet the winner of Grubby versus Zed.
We have more and more subs coming in here, guys. Thank you. Cranker with the 42 months. Carl maybe with a sub. It's Ridiculous with a 17. 2BFX with a 10 euro donation. W3 Stand with a sub. Suzo with a 17. Freedom 15 with 11 months saying, Glory for Warcraft 3. Let the new season begin. And Fish Fits with a sub as well, guys. Thank you very, very much. You enable all of this for us. And the crowdfunding also enables the War 3 Finals tournament. So you're doing an amazing job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's find out here who's going to move on to the semifinals. It's a pretty even game, I think, so far. But of course, Cooper knows he's playing up against an expansion. This AM, very bold.
Yep. Still has a TP.
He doesn't have a care in the world, Neil. He doesn't fear anything.
Oh,
he doesn't fear death.
He almost surrounded the Farseer with his group of footmen. He has a lot of footmen. So Farseer got to be careful at one point. Every little mistake could mean death for both of the players now. TC leveling up. What's the item? Scroll the Beast. He's a little unlucky now. Boots, not really useful. Scroll, not the best item at all. And ToD is getting closer and closer to tier 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that's going to mean Mountain King, who once again is supposed to be the hard carry in the late game. But here it might be a little bit difficult to do that reliably, because to be so effective, the MK has to get levels via creeps, and we can see the map is quickly getting devoid of creeps. In the bottom left, there's pretty much nothing left over. Cooper played with his map control really well, making sure he got all the experience. So the only area left with creeps and experience is the top right. Yeah. This is going to be where the entire rest of the game should be centered around. Question is, can Cooper, with his superior levels, force a good fight there, even with inferior numbers? Well, before he can think about fighting, first he has to think about healing.
Oh, Remo, do you see what I see? ToD is listening to Coach Neo. Triple Sanctum. The unbeatable Expo into Triple Sanctum strategy. It's finally happening again.
Lots of breakers, lots of Sorks and Priests coming in. ToD wants to make sure he doesn't give this TC too much of an opening. Stomp, he knows, is strong, and that can also be very powerful against the rifles if he was to play them. But against breakers, not so much. Against footmen and everything else, though, very, very powerful indeed. MK is finally out. ToD, will he take this fight?
Shadow Priest down. MK with the ring. He wants more mercs, I guess. They're all available. Stormbolt snipe on the Berserker. Big snipes, of course. Stomp on the Mountain King. He might find himself in the altar right away. Being zapped, being killed. So Berserker for an MK trade. Solo experience for the Archmage. Kinda not perfect. He wants all the experience possible on the MK. And I feel like Cooper is using his power spike really well. Oh, that Chain Lightning Stomp combo.
Everything is dying. ToD, I think a little overeager to go out on the map there. I mean, of course, he wants to contest the rest of the creeps, doesn't want to give them all away, but maybe should have waited for a creep jack opportunity. Now the army heading towards the main. Cooper, 50 supply versus ToD's 50. Breakers are coming out, though, and those are going to help to finally have something sturdy in the front line. But this MK is just not online yet. He is feeling very underwhelming.
Okay. Stormbolt snipes, not too easy. There's no healing for Cooper. He doesn't have heal scrolls either, right? No, just the health stone. Trying to get rid of the barracks. When will ToD engage? He sees, oh, there's a expansion in the bottom left. And ToD decides to push this one and sacrifices his barracks for it. Might be smart.
Yeah, he doesn't really need that barracks right now. He's also not supply stuck yet, but that could quickly change with the farms also soon to be exposed. AM gets the cancel off. Seems like he's going to have to TP back now. The MK by himself certainly cannot hold this. And this could be a very good position for him. If he TPs behind the altar, he would be very well protected. AM, what's he waiting for?
I don't know, dude. A little bit of a delay. It's like with German trains. Here we go. The tournament live on the line. Whoever loses this map is out. It's single elimination. Aiming for that TC close to level 4. Militia is called as well. Big stomp, but mostly on the workers who can inflict more damage. There is an Invo Potion. There is a Health Stone. Maybe focusing the TC, not the right choice.
Water Elementals clumped up and they all get dispelled. Big mistake by ToD, allowing his Water Elementals to die like that. But he's getting off a big heal scroll. Oh my god, so much stuff is low HP for Cooper.
Oh, he
One Raider.
So much.
Makes it home as well. Oh my god, but how much heal salve is he gonna need for his army?
He needs a heal bath. Wyvern added to the mix now and added to the Back to Warcraft funds. 10 euros by Baseline says any chance to download the replays. All the replays we cast, if we're allowed to, are shared in our Discord for subscribers. So all you have to do is sub to this channel, join the Discord, link your Twitch account to Discord, and then you get access to all the replay files we get. And Vernazza with the 50 euro donation. Happy New Year. Please keep that awesome coverage up. Dude, we're just getting started. Thank you so much.
That reminds me of the Black Eyed Peas, dude. Do you remember the Black Eyed Peas? Just getting started.
Will.i.am and Fergie and the guy nobody knows what his name is.
That was one of my first serious crushes. Fergie.
Really? She's a
yeah.
fox, isn't she?
Yeah, she used to be. She kind of looks... Anyways, MK got his level 2 finally. Big item for him was the Scourge Bone Chimes. That is very unfortunate. There was a lot of great items right there, and that one is one of the few useless ones. But at least he's getting experience. MK quickly now leveling up. If he gets the corner camp solo, he's going to be level 3. And big items there as well. Heal Ward, Health Stone, Mana Stone. What do you think it's going to be? Book of the Dead?
Heal Wards, I think.
I think it's Book.
Want.
Okay. Can be pretty nice against the TC. But of course there will be Dispel on the other side via Walkers. Cooper trying to go for reinforcements. He's going to catch a Priest easily here. 70 supply, though, suddenly for ToD. If you leave the humans some time to muscle up, he's going to have very high supply very quickly.
Cooper's
Breakers?
tier 3, by the way.
Yeah, he's tier 3 indeed. He could go for a Tiny Great Hall counter expansion. He's also going for Master Training. There's going to be a cancel on the Blacksmith. No upgrades for these Breakers. An Altar has been remade, and we're diving deep here for Cooper. He wants to inflict big economic damage and then TP out most likely. This Farseer level 5, definitely scary with the Chain Lightning. Is he going to wait for the next cooldown? Oh, it could be a massacre against these peasants in the back. He wants to get out the next Chain Lightning. And there it is! Oh!
That hurt. That's a lot of peasants right there. Oh my god. Mass murder. That was a Chain Lightning used to full effect. And the TC is getting super close to 5. You know what that means. Stomp level 3. But ToD's still the one with an expansion. ToD still hopping around 70 supply. Cooper at 50 with a tier 3 advantage now. What can he do with it? He got the Walker Master training. It's finished now. He can revive his casters. ToD getting close to 5 on his Archmage. Mountain King far away from 4. So Clap really not the biggest weapon. Not as we've seen on last Refuge. Great haul coming.
Item for the MK, one of Mana Steel. Not too bad. It's a big army for ToD.
Yeah.
But no heal scrolls, which could be a problem. But if he's attacking towards the enemy side of the map, maybe he can go for his enemy's shop. There we go, starting off with the Clap. TC with the Stomp. How good is that gonna be? Not that amazing, and that's what the Breakers are here for, to block the TC, to make his life as difficult as possible. And Cooper's taking tons of damage. He doesn't have AoE healing via hero, only the heal scroll. TC getting surrounded. He could Stomp right away, and he does, but again, it's mostly Breakers.
Oh, Lightning Shield casted there as well, and used against Cooper himself here. TC level 5, Invo Potion on both sides here. Oh, but Cooper is about to lose 9 supply and counting. Level 5 Archmage ToD is now pushing for the semi-final with the expansion in the bag. Can he win this fight? Mana is, of course, low, but we do have the level 3 Brilliance, or another Kodo Beast goes down. One is, I think, still stuck in the base. Cooper is down to 41 supply. That's all he got left. There's another wand of mana stealing. Could come in as a surprise if he uses it on a Walker to get a Stormbolt. That would be another kill, but no, not yet. Slow on the Wyvern. That's a Stormbolt right there, and that should be another kill of the caster coming in close. Cooper trying to save it with a speed scroll, and that is indeed working. Cooper's Expo up. But that was a big fight for ToD.
He's sending 2 footies over to the expansion. Easy way there to harass, but a Wyvern is in as well. Lots of multitasking now.
Yeah.
Cooper going for a counterattack towards the enemy main base. Towers there aren't ready yet. ToD is going for the Orc main. But there's reinforced defenses. ToD doesn't have that much damage, cannot kill these peons too easily. But the expansion once again will be under assault. The
TB.
Watch Elementals also going over there. This game has become quite interesting.
Oh, TC might be caught off guard here. There's no Invo Potion anymore. Can he block all the way with the Breakers? He absolutely needs to. Cooper, how do you get this TC out of there? Of course, Orcs have no staff. Level 4 on the Mountain King. Oh, no. He's blocked with the Peasant between the Keep and the Sanctum. And that must be it. That's a level 5 TC gone. Oh my god, what a big XP jump. What a huge loss for Cooper.
He has the goal to go for a Tavern Revive, but he doesn't have the lumber.
It's so
I think it's like
expensive.
120 or 140 lumber, something like that. Unusual for Orcs to have lumber issues, but when you're on tier 3, that can very quickly happen. Some Wyvern getting caught out as well. ToD with 74 supply, looking deadly right now.
Absolutely.
He's at his shop, getting some more mana. Getting a TP as well to play it safe, but the next attack from the Frenchman will be coming in shortly.
Okay, he continues to build the TC at the altar. Not cancelling it. What can Cooper possibly do to get back in this game? 20 supply down. Hero focus, of course, always possible, but Sorks have Adapt. They have Invis. And very limited forces for Cooper. Militia called once again. Towers are starting to get up. Are there any corpses here left that the Walkers can revive? That would be an easy way to get new supply. Chain lightning.
Chain lightning again.
Yep.
Quite painful.
Once again, would love to have a kill counter.
Towers.
Hero Footman slaying some peons at the expansion. What's left in the gold mine? 3,000 for ToD. 1,200 for Cooper, who has Tauren and Wyvern in the base now. Might come in as a surprise next.
Those Walkers need to be careful. If the MK comes in for the Stormbolt, this will be a complete disaster. For a Clap, rather.
Clap, exactly. Oh, that might be a triple kill here. Ooh! Oh! Triple kill, 9 supply gone.
And that makes this whole affair not worth it.
Nope. Tauren are dealing with the Footman now. ToD is getting closer and closer to his first top 4 performance at a W3 Champions Tournament. Farseer level 6, close. 50 experience missing. That would be Earthquake.
Forces are under attack.
But yeah, I think ToD is going for Cooper's throat now. Peon's already wiped out. If this Expo falls, Cooper's dead.
Yeah, the mains are gonna run out any second now, so this is pretty much the lifeline for Cooper, unless he can kill the enemy bases as well. Does he have the firepower? Does he have the army to do this? It looks kind of questionable. The MK got level 5. It took him a long time, but now he's there. And guess what? The AM's very close to level 6 here for the mass TP indeed. Level 6 now for the Farseer. Doesn't have mana for the ult, unfortunately, but perhaps at some point.
He used so much mana here for Wolves and Chain Lightning. No potion available for Earthquake that can do a lot of damage, especially to buildings. But yeah, it's been drained now. Needs to staff back, but if he staffs back, there's an MK. Block on the Tauren. That's another loss for Cooper. Level 6, mass teleport. There's no way ToD is losing this game now. Mass teleport onto that Farseer. Whew, no Stormbolt in time.
Oh, the MK was left behind. I don't think that wasn't on purpose.
Breaker as well. I can just staff back on him, you know.
ToD now chasing. Big army. Absolutely no chance that Cooper can take a fight. He's trying to win this via base race, but he's running out of resources here, out of gold in just a second. And the MK, he's got the hammer, locked and loaded, looking for the Farseer. He's hiding in the corner though, the Cloak of Shadows, helping him out. Cooper's trying everything. With a Zeppelin purchase, he's trying to evacuate, but another Walker goes, Tauren goes down. It's a big part of his army.
Oh, Shackle on the Wyvern gets another kill here. It's just one after the next. GG by Cooper, and Johan Merlo sees himself in the semi-final. What a series this was. 1 hour, 44 minutes. And we have our first semi-finalist, and that is ToD.
Well played there. It looked a little bit shaky on map too, but Cooper's Blade Master style definitely has some weaknesses. ToD exposed those very well, and on the first map especially. And then with a solid late game on Terenas Stand in the semi-finals, and that keeps the dream alive. Grubby versus ToD semi-finals could be happening. Grubby's game is going to be the last of our quarters, meaning it's probably going to start around 4 p.m., something like that. We're going to have Happy Thorzane and X-Lord Cash first, but ToD versus Grubby could be our semis.
Absolutely. The prophecy, 50% fulfilled. It's up for Grubby now to give us the dream match, or sad is turning into the community's nightmare here on Championship Sunday. What a start, and we have 6 more series to go here. Could be a very, very long day. We absolutely love this. We get more contributions from you wonderful people. I am Dombox with the sub, aka Katze with a €50 donation. Again, Happy New Year. Loving these chilled and lazy Sundays with great Warcraft 3 content. Keep up the good work. I hope we're not chilled, and I definitely hope we're not lazy, because we want to provide some quality entertainment here for you guys. Much love, Katze. Boyanik with a 2-year resub. Happy New Year from Argentina, guys. Rooting for ToD here so we can prove old guys like us still can jump. And 2 new subs here as well. KHLAPB, my style for a 6-month resub. Hey yo, here we go. And Jaza for 34 months. Super awesome to see so many long-time supporters. We take a little breather and a little break, and then we get our second quarterfinal of the day. It's going to be the German champion X-Lord versus the second orc in this tournament from Russia. That is Cash. So see you guys in just 5 minutes.